This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're in New York. Randomly, Dean Whyte has turned up here. What are you doing?
Randomly, I've just turned up in New York. I don't think the airports for the greet was random because you got to go through bare checks to get here. But nevertheless, we are here in the Big Apple, ready for showtime tomorrow night.
You and Craig have flown out here. Just fancy coming to the fight?
Just fancy coming to the fight. I've got a few meetings as well and stuff. So yeah, so we're just knocking about, meeting people. Obviously, the fight is on, so it's a great time to capitalise on the journey. And we're here for a little while, so we've got to move around, connect some dots, and enjoy our time.
What did you make of that face-off between Lopez and Kambosos?
Yeah, it looks good. I was doing a live there, and I was Dill was cussing Spider in the live. I don't know if I was facing it the wrong way. I don't know, but and then I caught Kambosos a little bit, and he was saying big up the UK fans and stuff, and he seemed raring, seems ready, seems like he's got the confidence. He got a good fan base that's out here for him today. Surprisingly, as you'd think, the Brooklyn boy, local lad, would have more of a fan base. But I suppose fan base is only so much of the party. You've got to go in there and deliver in the ring, like he said. They're not going to fight for him. But it does kind of, when you've got great network, great support and stuff like that, kind of bodes well. But look, he seems confident. He's undefeated.
Eddie, put you in for a second.
He's undefeated. So, we're in for a great fight. This man makes fights. I heard him talk about Charlo and Andrade. That's going to be a fucking fight. I'll try to get back out of that fight because that's going to be... Charlo's a madman. I'd like to see him one day. He's kind of a bit eccentric. He's got... he reminds me a little bit like Malik Scott. They got that kind of weird side. Like,
he fights
different.
A little bit more aggressively.
No, not the style. The mannerism. He dresses different than how he kind of...
I want to see him unify. He keeps talking about his brother unifying. I don't know why these guys don't want to take the big fights, but anyway, we shall see.
Right, let's have...
the money. Do you reckon there's anything to do with that?
We've offered him loads of money, and we've said we'll do it on Fox. Okay. So make the offer, but no one really wants to fight Andre. He's very, very good.
He's very difficult, unconventional. He does stuff, and he's a hell of a fighter. He's been champion for a long time, and he's 2-weight
world champ, 31-0.
Yeah, so no, he's not. It's unnecessary. Who needs him? Kind of thing. But let's see what this guy gets him.
Right, let's talk about some heavyweights. So, what was your reaction when the WBC said they're not going to order your brother against Tyson Fury?
No, I'm not surprised in none of that. That's just what it is. I don't like.
By the way, they also said they're not going to. They didn't say they're not going to order it. They said we'll wait for the arbitration and legal case. So,
well, maybe the arbitration might help him and might benefit Dillian somewhat.
That's why he's done it. Yeah. Because if he left it to the WBC, which he has done, he wasn't able to get what he deserves, in his opinion. So that's why he's gone down this route. And when this ruling is made, it'll be a lot more solid and clear and favourable as well, we expect. So that's the reason behind that process.
But could that legal situation mean he doesn't get a shot at all? Is there a chance of that?
No, I don't believe so. No, it's just a timing issue, and hopefully there's a ruling on that in due course.
How is he?
No, he's good. He was just on the live there. He said, "What's that idiot doing with you, Craig?" He said, "Get him out my picture." It's my live, but he's saying, "Get Craig out." I was like, "The guy's crazy. Don't worry, he's all right. He's just cracking on." What I'm confused about is Tyson Fury said he's fighting in February. Nevertheless, is that he can do what he wants?
He's not. I don't believe he fights in February because he's coming off a bit of man flu, as he said, and with December next week. So I think realistically March is, and hopefully it'll be Dillian Whyte.
Eddie, I'll let you go. Dean, so let's carry on that talk. So this situation with the arbitration, you believe that it's going to get solved and it's going to make Dillian in a better position going into that Fury fight?
Yeah. Listen, it's going to solidify he gets what he deserves instead of this notion about, what was it? What was the percentage? I think the percentage?
80-20.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. He's waited a long time. He's fought a lot of people in the WBC ranking going all the way through. He should deserve, 55-45 split or whatever it is, normal mandatory deserves. 40-60. Is it 45-55?
The interim champion can go to 55-45.
The interim champion, yeah.
What Bob's argument is, and Frank's argument is, they're looking at the previous purses that Tyson's earned and Dillian's earned.
Yeah, we can't go into. But what has the purse? What has that got to do anything with the fighter that's there? Does the purse dictate what you like, how much money you're meant to take? So they're calling the shots on what money's meant to be given because what it says he's earned in his previous fight. It's ridiculous. If you're interim world champion, I'm sure you deserve your position and deserve your shot. And money just comes in the way because you get paid as an elite fighter, not the A side dictates so much. There is that kind of coin, but because it's WBC interim world champion and mandatory, it's a kind of an argument where you're just banging your head against a brick wall. What do you think?
Yeah, you know, as I'm saying, it's all the politics between it. I just think they should just go back to the drawing board, as you said. Make it the mandatory challenger, normal splits. It doesn't matter about what he got paid previously and what he got paid. Just do it as normal, just business. That's how I think about it.
How does that fight go between Fury and Whyte?
It's a very good fight, you know. Dylan's going to bring it. He's going to be very aggressive. Fury's going to be elusive. He likes to box. So, you know, styles make fights. It's a very interesting fight. And as I said, you know, they've had their back and forths on social media. You know, sometimes when people have back and forths, they don't end up sticking to boxing how they usually box, get drawn in with emotions, and that's when it's anyone's game, really.
Right, let's talk about some light heavyweights. Did you see Dan Aziz's win over Jose Burton the other night?
Yeah, I did. I was there ringside watching it. It's a good win.
Yeah, what did you make of it, Dan Aziz?
Yeah, I thought it was a good win. I thought he done very well. You know, I thought that he would get to Jose Burton. You know, Jose Burton's not looked his best in his last few fights. He's been drained at the weight, and I think Dan Aziz is coming on strong. He's coming into form now. So I felt like stylistically in the time it was, I thought Dan would get to him.
What did you make of Joshua Buatsi pulling out the Vlasov fight with a hand injury?
I don't really know much about it, but I heard he had I was just shocked. I thought because it was like 5-6 weeks to go, and it was a good fight. So yeah, it was just shocking.
Are you putting yourself in the hat for Joshua Buatsi? You don't know if that Vlasov fight is going to be rescheduled, but you'd fight Buatsi.
I ain't put myself in the hat for anyone. I got my own hat. I'm waiting for names to go in my hat. I ain't going anyone's hats. I'm not the raffle prize. I got my own hat.
Would you be open to that fight though?
To be in someone's Russell.
No, just to the Buatsi fight.
Look, at the end of the day, it's one of them things that I'm open to whatever fight makes sense, innit? It ain't specifically to his name, whatever. I'm here to try and win world titles and push forward. So whatever fight puts me in for that, then obviously I'm open to talk about anything.
It's very confusing at the moment, that lightweight division. Obviously you've got Yard and Arthur tied up. Callum Johnson's getting a world title shot. But I don't know where you and JB are going at the moment. What do you want, Craig?
Like, obviously, I want a world title. I don't know I'm not part of his team. I'm not sure what he wants. I come very short against Bivol. You know, I come back against a very good ranked opponent, win the international title, and if I can win like a European or a world title, and then push European and then push them towards a world title, that's what I would like to do. You know, I'm just happy to win titles and keep pushing forward. The whole argument what I have about the domestic scene is not I'm not open to it, because if you look at everyone's CV, I've boxed the most domestic people. When I beat Jake Bull, he was top 5 in Britain. When I boxed Shakan Pitters, he was top 5 in Britain. When I boxed Higgins, I was 6 fights in, boxing him 12-0, 6 knockouts. I have no problem beating domestic guys, which I've done since the start of my career. The problem is when I was doing that, I wasn't getting any credit, and that's why I realised my name wasn't even in the hat, as you say, when I was beating everyone in domestics. So for me, it was like, well, I'm doing this for ages, and this ain't getting me any results, so I'm taking the wrong approach. And then as I've now stepped off the domestic scene for a second, I've pushed on, I've vacated my British title, pushed on to win that international title, and I had a fight with Bivol. Do you notice now I'm hearing certain people saying, oh, do you know what, Richards could be the best in Britain, or is the best in Britain? And it's only now I'm getting the credit since I stepped off the domestic scene. So now when you're offering me that domestic stuff, what I wasn't getting results for, I'm like, oh, that could be a slippery slope again. So it has to make sense for me, really.
Dean, just let you give us the final word about Craig. What do you want to see him do next?
Craig's my boy, man. But look, going back to Aziz, brilliant fight. I think he done really well. I like the Marvin Hagler style. You know, he's got the shorts, the little movement, the jumping hook. Did some nice stuff in there, and he got a great win. Great name on the CV. But like Craig is a little bit ahead of him, and some of those boys, like you said, he's beat a lot of top boys. I think whatever Craig and his team want to do, I feel they deserve to go the route what suits them best financially and the most rewarding route, instead of going on and head-on collision with people that didn't want to, you know, engage in a conversation or a topic or to fight him. You know what I mean?
You know what I noticed as well, Umar? You'll probably identify this. As soon as someone's coming through, or someone people think's all right, automatically they say, why don't him and Richards fight? But why don't they ever say that guy and someone else in the domestic scene? It's like, I'm the guy that's testing everyone out. And then when I beat them, yeah, let's get him off. Who can Richard test next? Why don't everyone else mix it? I've done the most mixing. So why don't someone let everyone else have their little turn, and then we can all mix it up? Give everyone else a chance. Give them a turn to prove themselves domestic.
I 100% agree with that, to be fair. It's like Buatsi, Lyndon Arthur, Yard are in their own thing, and then you're kind of like, oh, he's an up-and-coming good fighter. Let's see how we can get on with Craig Richards. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
And before you know it, what my career's done, and I've tested everyone and proved that I'm at that level. Now I need to start getting some rewards, you know. I need to get the big money fights. I want to get the title fights.
Respect on his name, that's what he's actually saying. Yeah. And start mentioning him in the top top names. Because look, he went there and that fight was very, very close. Some people had him winning. I had him winning. I thought it was close. He done exceptionally well. He actually made Bivol look a bit ordinary and pedestrian. And some people were like, oh, Bivol's dropping off because you managed to get such a close loss. But it's not that. It's just that he understands boxing and he, boxed his head off a little bit and caught him. Maybe some people said he could have started a little bit earlier and pressed it a little bit at times as it went down the stretch. But look, that's just experience. You know what I mean? Obviously, he stepped to the plate. There's not a lot of people. People that are dodging Bivol like the plague. And
no one wanted to fight
those kind of guys. You know what I mean? So we've got to give this man his credit.
Listen, enjoy your time in New York. I'm sure we'll catch up soon. All right.
Catch up soon.